Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to look on the Arms Warrior for Battle for Azeroth, and they also have some quite changes for the spells and rotation and the talents. So let's dive into it with the normal routine, and let's do the spells first. So for the spells here we only got 2 pages of spells, and the first one here is Battle Shot that will give everyone 10% attack power for 1 hour. So it's kind of the warrior buff now. So warriors are getting buffs back they need to do for each raid. It's pretty cool effects. Then we have Berserker Rage, go Berserk, removing and granting immunity to fear, sap and incapacity effects for 6 seconds. Blade Storm as the usual, go crazy and cannot be stunned. Oh, sorry, it cannot be impaired and loss of control. I actually think you can stun Blade Storm. Then we have Charge, as usual, but here we also root him for 1 second. Colossal Smash that deals a lot damage, and it increase the damage you deal to them by 30%. So no more armor reducing, just damage increased. Die by the sword, as usual, 100% parry chance and reduce all damage you take by 30. Execute, so when the target is on 20%, you can use it, or if your foe survives 30% of the rage spent. If your foe survives 30% of the rage spent is refunded. Okay, so if you use execute and the mob actually still survive, then you get rage back. Hamstring, reducing movement speed. Heroic Leap, the classic leap with hexagon. Heroic Throw, just, yeah, it gives you a lot of threat, so if you want to tank an arms big, I don't know why. Intimidating Shout, it will fear enemies. Mortal Strike, your main damage ability. Overpower is now an ability every Arms Warrior have, so it's no longer a talent requirement. That means every Arms Warrior is now going to have Overpower. Pummel for as your kick. Rallying Cry that will give you more health for 10 seconds. Slam is your filler, rage filler, so when you don't have anything else to do, use Slam. Sweeping Strike is now also a cooldown that we always have, and it's not a cooldown talent anymore. Taunt if you want to tank. Victory Rush the same, if you kill a target you can use Killing Rush for Victory Rush for getting health. Whirlwind as your AoE spell for filler, so instead of Slam you use Whirlwind for AoE. Your mastery is every time you use Mortal Strike, Execute or Blade Storm, you make a bleeding on the enemy. So every time you get more mastery, your bleeding will deal more damage. And for every rage you use, your overpower has a chance to reset the cooldown. And the overpower has a cooldown of 12 seconds. Okay. So that was the, the spells. Let's see the rotation. So the rotation would be something like, we would start with Colossal Smash, so you deal more damage. Then Mortal Strike, Overpower, and spam Slam until you get something else. Mortal Strike, Slam, Mortal Strike, Overpower, Slam. So it's very similar to what we are used to. Okay, let's try to see the talents now. So we have War Machine, your auto attacks generate 10% more rage, killing an enemy instantly generate 10 rage, and increase your movement speed by 30% for 8 seconds. I mean, that's okay. If you have a rage problem, you get more rage now. Your damaging melee abilities have a chance to make your next execute cost no rage, be usable on any target regardless of their health, and deal damage as it was spent with 40 rage. I remember we had something like this also normally, so I like this. Or a new spell where we actually can bash deal some damage and get a lot of rage, but I want 3 executes. So increase the maximum number of charges, uncharge by 1, reduce its cooldown by 3, so the cooldown is 20, so that will be 17, and replace victory rush with impending victory, so instead of it heals you for 30%, it heals you for 15, but it has a cooldown then, but you can use it on no matter which. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much health he has. Or our classic stun, so you can have 2 charges or a stun. Then slam, Dvalin and execute cause the target to bleed for 20% additional damage over 6 seconds. Multiple use increase damage. So if you get the target to bleed more, I mean if you use 2 slam in a row, then the bleed will stack and deal more damage. Also we have rend, so instead of having a passive bleed, you will have an active bleed, or avatar where you get very big and you cannot be rooted or snared. I pretty much like well, you can say the bleed that you get. It's pretty cool with this passive bleed. So now I have a bleed from auto strike and slam. I mean, then arms for is pretty much a bleeder now. Second win, restore 6% health every 1 second when you have not taken damage for 5 seconds. Reduce the cooldown of heroic leap by 15 seconds, and heroic leap now also increases your run speed by 70. Defensive stance, a defensive stance combat state that reduces all damage you take by 20 and all your damage you deal by 10. So it's like we had before, so you take less damage and you deal less damage. I like somehow I like second win. I mean, if you questing or you get away from the enemies, you get full health in no seconds, and I love that. When your abilities damage a second target due to sweeping strikes, they refund 20% of their rage cost. Replace Colossal Smash. Smash the ground and shatter the armor of all enemies within 8 yards, dealing 3629. It's the same damage, and increases damage dealt to them. So instead of having a Colossal Smash that is only on 1 target, it's actually for all the targets in 8 yards. Or you get the ability to cleave. So instead of having strikes all enemies in front of you with swing sign, hitting 3 or more targets inflict deep wounds. So instead of having just Whirlwind as AoE, you also get Cleave, and if it's more than 3 targets you hit, it gets used deep wounds. That is our mastery. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, so you have 3 different options of AoE. Okay, probably try Warbreaker. Poof. Cool. Inflict Warbreaker increase your critical strike chance by 10 or by 20 if any target is below 20 health. So every time you use Warbreaker now, you get more crit. Whirlwind deals 10% increased damage and slam your primary target. Oh, that's pretty cool. So your Whirlwind's damage more, and it also slams my main target. Cool. Reduce the rage cost of all your abilities by 100 for 6 seconds. I like the extra slam. Every 20 rage you spend, reduce the marine cooldown of on Warbreaker, Bladestorm and Deadly Call by 1 second. Overpower has 2 charges and it increases the damage of your next mortal strike by an additional 10. So we have this one here also where you replace the Bladestorm with a, instead of you using the Whirlwind, it uses a Whirlwind at the location you want. And you can use to deal damage at the same time. I mean, it's a very nice, what is it called when you deal damage very fast? Burst. I'll try the 2 overpower. So if I use overpower now, Mortal Strike has 30% more damage. Oh, it stacks. 60% more. Boom. Kinda like this rotation. Well done, Blizzard. You have made Arms Warriors pretty nice. Pretty nice. So yeah, that was the guide for Arms Warriors on Battle for Azeroth. Tell me what you think. Is it a nice improvement, changes? Do you feel any changes? So let me know what you think and leave a comment below, and thank you for watching and have a nice evening.